Good day, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Learning the Lingo. If this is your first time doing group training, there's going to be a ton of lingo that you're going to be learning. And of course, we're not asking anybody to figure this out in a day, a week, even a year. There's new movements that are constantly happening, new acronyms that we're always going to be throwing your way. And since we're constantly re-educating ourselves and enhancing our skills, there's always going to be new things that we're introducing you guys to. So when you guys get invited into the Movement Members Facebook page, that is exclusive for members, this is what the page will look like, right? So we have Movement Members, Secret Group. We post a lot of need to knows here, but we also post our programming for CrossFit Foundations, CrossFit 226, as well as Olympic weightlifting. So this is where we are currently we're currently posting our programming. Traditionally, we post it up on Sundays. We may be putting the programming up onto our movement members website that we've created, but for now, it lives in the Facebook page. So this is where you would have access to it. And what we're going to do in today's video is talk a little bit about what this all means, because at a glance, this does not look like English. No, it does not. This looks like a different language. And it is. It's a programming language. So let's talk about what everything means. So obviously we know the date. This would be the date that you are doing said workout. Depending on what and where we are in the program, there may be more strength work, there may be more anaerobic or aerobic conditioning work. It's always going to be different. So on Thursday, November 15th, the very first thing we're going to be doing, so A, is EMOM for 15 minutes. EMOM stands for every, I'm really sorry that my writing is horrible, every minute on the minute. Okay? So what that means, we have ring dips, dumbbell neutral grip Chinese row, Superman holds. All right? So 3 movements. It's a 15-minute AMRAP. So that technically means you would be doing each of these movements 5 times. So bear with me. The way it works, every minute on the minute. The first minute, you're going to do 5 ring dips. So you're going to do your 5 ring dips at that tempo. There is another video in this Learn the Lingo section that explains what this means. Okay, so 2-1-X1. Don't worry if you haven't got to that video yet. We do explain what that means. So anyways, you're going to do 5 ring dips. If that takes you 30 seconds, then you get another 30 seconds of rest. If it takes you 40 seconds, you get 20 seconds of rest. So you have a minute to complete 5 repetitions. When you complete your reps, you rest the remainder of that minute, and then the next minute you would move on to the next movement, which is a dumbbell neutral grip Chinese row. You're doing 5 reps for at that tempo of 2-1-X1. Okay, so you've done your 5 ring dips. Now you move on to your 5 neutral grip Chinese row. If that takes you 20 seconds, you rest 40 seconds. Then at the top of the next minute, you go to your Superman hold, and you're going to hold that for 20 to 30 seconds. So if you're doing a 30-second hold, that means you get 30 seconds of rest. Then you go back up to your ring dip, okay? And you do this for a total of 15 minutes. So since it's 15 minutes and 3 movements, 3 times 5 is going to equal 15. So those 3 movements, you're going to be doing them 5 times each. So at the end of it, you'd technically be doing 25 ring dips, 25 neutral grip Chinese rows, and I don't really feel like doing the exact math there, but I think it's 2.5 minutes of Superman holds. So that is EMOM, every minute on the minute, okay? Don't feel like you need to fully understand what this means. We will always explain it at the beginning of class. Even if it's a class full of seasoned vets, we're still going to explain all of these bits. Okay, so EMOM, every minute on the minute. Moving on, we have B. So once we're done our EMOM, we're going to move to the B section. and it's one set at a moderate pace. So moderate means not easy. It also means not hard. It is moderate. So almost think a little bit above conversational. So if you're a runner, think of like tempo pace. You shouldn't necessarily be able to hold a conversation during this moderate pace. So moderate equals about 87%, or sorry, 80%. So you're doing 1 minute or one set, 7 minutes of 40 double unders, 30 forward step lunges, and 20 push-ups, okay? Of course, there are scale options for all these movements as well. So please, 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 when you're looking at this programming, don't be scared of it. If there's a movement that you haven't even heard of here, or you don't know any of these movements, the coach will explain it or give you a scale option that we believe you will be able to do. So for 7 minutes, you're going to do 40 double unders, 30 step lunges, and 20 push-ups as many times as you can. So this is considered what we call an AMRAP, which is as many rounds or reps as possible. Okay, so AMRAP, as many rounds or reps as possible. So you'll do for 7 minutes. There's going to be 7 minutes on the clock. It's counting down. You're doing 40 double unders, 30 forward step lunges, 20 push-ups. When you're done your 20 push-ups, you go back to your double unders, 30 forward step lunges, 20 push-ups. And you keep on doing this. You keep on doing this for as long or as many times as you can in the 7 minutes. Okay? Then, because we're nice people here at Movement Strength, we're going to give you a 4-minute rest. Then you have another 7-minute AMRAP at 80%. This time you're going to be doing 15 wall balls, 10 no push-up burpees, and some sort of pull-up or pull-up variation. So 15 wall balls, 10 no push-up burpees, 5 pull-ups, and once again, you're going through this as many times as you can in 7 minutes. Of course, you can take rest, you can walk around, you can drink some water. This is at a moderate pace. So it's not like you are doing this one round as fast as you can. You want to think of something that you can maintain for 7 minutes. Now, when we're done that, and you're full of energy and ready to go, we have our C series. So you see here, we have C and then C2. When you see C and C2, or A and A2, or B and B2, it might even be A, A2, A3. What that means is whatever is programmed here, you're going through these almost like what's called a superset, meaning you would do your single arm elbow on knee rotation, okay? You're going to be doing 6 of those. Then you're going to rest your 30 seconds, okay? Then after your 30-second rest, rather than going back to your single arm elbow on knee external rotations, you're going to go to the next movement, which is 30 seconds of windshield wipers. All right? Then when you're done your 30 seconds of windshield wipers, you're going to rest 60 seconds and then go back to your single arm elbow on knee external rotations. All right? Now if this was C and D, so if this was just C and D, that would then mean you would just do your single arm elbow on knee external rotation, 6 reps, resting 30 seconds, then doing another 6 reps for a total of 3 sets. All right? But when you see C1 and C2, that means you're going back and forth between these things, obviously paying attention to your rest. All right? Now, in the example of A1, A2, A3, this would mean you would do A1, rest, A2, rest, A3, rest, then back up to A1. Okay? So that is how that works. I know looking at all these lines and things, it makes it seem a lot more confusing than it is. It will take you guys some time to get used to it, but I promise after a while, it will seem like a second language to you. So we'll go over another day because, it's not just AMRAPs, EMOMs. There's a ton of other ways that we program as well. So this, for example, on Friday, we now have a deadlift at a tempo of 20x1, 5 reps, resting 90 seconds. Since it's not A1 and A2, it's just A, that means you're going to rest 90 seconds, then do another set of deadlifts, then rest 90 seconds, then another set of deadlifts. Okay? When you're done your 4 sets, and of course, we don't necessarily recommend or ask that your warm-up set be considered one of those sets, right? We want these to be 4 working sets, and the coach is always going to tell you how much time you have, if you need to speed up, things like that. But when you're done your deadlifts, then we go on to B, which is 3 sets at 85% aerobic, all right? So there is aerobic that you'll see. We also have anaerobic at times, or alactic. Those are all different energy systems or ways of training your body in different ways. So the coach on hand, of course, is always going to explain what those things mean. So 3 sets at 85% aerobic. You're going to do 45 seconds of TTB. That stands for toes to bar. Or there's other variations. There's knee-ups, there's sit-ups, there's planks, tons of different things to give you the same stimulus. When you're done your 45 seconds, you're going to rest for 15 seconds. Then you're going to do 45 seconds of BJSD. That's another acronym we're throwing your way. That stands for box jump, step down. Yes. And for many people, box jumps are not comfortable or something they want to do, and that's okay. Rather than doing a box jump, you can just do a step up, or you can do a lunge. Oh, not a luge, a lunge. So tons of different options. Resting 15 seconds, then dual dumbbell cleans, resting 15 seconds, then a 45-second row, resting 15 seconds. Then you go back up to your toes to bar, all right? So when you go through this once, that's considered 1 set. You can see here, we have 3 sets programmed. So you need to do this whole thing 3 times. So when you get to your row and you rest 15 seconds, you go back up to your toes to bar, okay? You'll do that for a total of 3 sets. Super fun times. Then we have some C work, so C1, C2, so bird dog holds, resting 30 seconds, banded weight shifts, resting 45 seconds, back up to your bird dog holds, okay? Last thing we'll see, so we've had AMRAPs, which means as many rounds or reps as possible. So that is this example here, right, where you do 7 minutes, 40 double unders, 30 forward step lunges, 20 push-ups, as many times as you can in 7 minutes. And then we have this here, which is 5 sets. So right down here, 5 sets for time. I'll zoom in. 5 sets for time. What this means is you're going to do your 400-meter run, then 15 overhead squats, then back to your 400-meter run. But you're going to do this a total of 5 times. So it's not that there is a set amount of time that you need to do this. So it's not like it's a 20-minute AMRAP of these movements, right? That's not the case. It's just 5 sets. So you'll do your 400-meter run, 15 overhead squats. That's 1 set. Then you're going to do it again. 400-meter run, 15 overhead squats. That's your 2nd set. Again, 3rd, 4th. Then when you're done your 5th set, you'll call time. You'll look at the clock. You finished it in 2 minutes and 1 second because you're a beast. And then that's it. The workout is over. So this is something where there's not necessarily programmed rest. So you need to be smart on how you hit these things. You don't want to go too hard in your first set, because then your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th are going to be pretty rough. So you're going to need to take some time to kind of understand what your abilities are at that time. So that is the programming. Really quickly, when you see RX, what that means is prescribed or as prescribed. So an example of RX would be if you did your 400-meter run and 15 overhead squats at that weight, then we know you did it as prescribed or as it was written by the coach. Very few people in the gym are going to be doing these workouts as prescribed, and that's okay. What we do is we scale everything. So if you can't run because you have a bad knee, then maybe we row. If you can't row because you have a bad back, then maybe we go on the bike. So a ton of different options there. So rather than a 400-meter run, Maybe it is a 15-calorie assault bike ride. And then instead of 15 overhead squats, if you can't overhead squat, then maybe we'll do a dumbbell goblet squat. Or if you can't squat with weight, then maybe we do 15 air squats. And you would do the same thing, 400-meter run, 15 air squats, 5 sets per time. Everything is scalable. So that's the way the programming works. I'm sure I've maybe missed some things. Once again,